It's such a beautiful morning. I feel like skipping and singing and having cartoon characters show up like it's a Mary Poppins film. At least that's what Disney used to be until Disney became Groom Central over the last couple of years. They've pushed all of their products into this woke nonsense. Star Wars even had it. Marvel movies have been just further and further pushing that direction. They've destroyed every franchise they have, and guess what? They're losing money. We told them this would happen from the very beginning. Get woke, go broke. But the little childish LGBTQIA plus crazies went out there and tried to make causes out of movies like Captain Marvel and things like that, to where it looked like, maybe there was enough of a culture war to where they could survive this. But no, we know the truth. Those people don't actually spend money. They don't actually care about the properties that Disney is invested in. And so trying to appease them and appeal to them and trying to turn off your fan bases during that whole process is actually just going to harm your company. This is an obvious fact, and it's happening now. And now Disney is having massive layoffs, which we're going to show you in just a second. If you're new to the channel, my name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator. I've tried to create an alternative towards superhero stuff that was coming out of Marvel and DC these last few years. Something without the woke agenda, and just that's a lot of fun. So Flying Sparks has kind of been my flagship property. I have 5 full volumes of this, over 300 pages of content overall, and I just ran a very successful Kickstarter campaign for my Volume 5, which you can see right here, which lasted 30 days. So we have a pre-order store now as we're getting the finishing touches put on this book. You can click on it. You can get all the volumes here. If you missed any, I've got a bunch of other wonderful properties like The Cosmic Warrior, Deus Volt, and of course Overmind, my hugely successful book from last year. So you can check out everything. I've even got my novels on here. I'll send you some hard copies of those, whatever you like. That's what we try to do. We try to cater towards the people who actually read our books. We don't want to turn them away, the opposite of Disney. So please check that out. That link's in the description below, along with my other links, and I appreciate you guys for being there. All right, coming from CNBC this morning, Disney's layoffs begin this week. CEO Bob Iger says in a memo. Oh my gosh. So they're beginning layoffs this week, the first of 3 rounds before the beginning of summer. That's going to result in 7,000 job cuts. That's a lot of freaking jobs, my friends. You guys don't know how big that is. We're seeing this a lot from tech companies that have pushed these woke agendas also, and now it's trickling into Disney. We saw that Zaslav was doing this with Warner Brothers, cutting a lot of that company. There's a lot of fat in this stuff. There's a lot of just useless, redundant positions that have been cozy for a long time, that people have used their political and identity politics in order to try to protect over the years. But unfortunately, they've produced bad films for a long time. The cuts are part of a broader effort to reduce the corporate spending and boost free cash flow. It said last month it plans to cut $5.5 billion in costs, including $3 billion in current spends. This week, we begin notifying employees whose positions are impacted by the company's workforce reductions, Iger wrote. Leaders will be communicating the news directly to the first group of impacted employees over the next 4 days. A second, larger round of notifications will happen in April, with the several thousand more staff reductions. And we expect to commence the final round of notifications before the beginning of summer to reach our 7,000 job target. Yes, that's their target. Unbelievable. So this has gone across everything. They actually mentioned Warner Brothers in the memo, and here it is in the article. I'm sorry, not the memo. He does a standard corporate. It's so difficult, and we're so sad about this. They're not. They don't care about their employees. You know that. Just like they don't care about their fans. So this reduction is going to be a broader effort. I do expect that we're going to see a slowdown in woke content from both Warner Brothers and Disney. I know they've got their few properties. Of course, Velma from Warner Brothers has been making a lot of headlines over the last few years here, a few months rather, as it's been going through. And of course, we have Ironheart and crazy things coming out of Disney also. But it's gonna slow down, I think, because they just can't afford to do this any longer. It is a get woke, go broke situation. And a lot of people are going to go broke because of those upper echelon sort of elitists who keep pushing these agendas on everybody, on the fans, on the employees, on Florida. It's the only people who actually lose their jobs are unfortunately not people like Bob Iger who make millions off these rackets, but instead are the people who are $20 an hour employees somewhere down the line, because those are the people who don't matter and are replaceable according to the evil mouse. Very sad. You know how it goes. But this is a good sign that corporate media is absolutely dying. I'm so excited for this as an independent creator. There's so much good independent content out there that we can replace Disney. We can replace Warner Brothers. We can have a different culture, a parallel culture. It's just in the beginning, and I hope you guys are along for the ride. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to check out the Flying Sparks pre-order store. I appreciate you guys for being there.